At Bloomsburg, they call it the Rec. At Westchester, they even call theirs Sykes. But here, at Millersville University, this is our Student Memorial Center, or, as everyone calls it, the SMAC.
Sure, I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Student Services Incorporated. So I'm in charge of the companies and all that they do for the university. We have a number of things we do, including the management of the Student Memorial Center, the banking center, the on-campus student housing, the textbook room and university store. We do a number of things for the university from a management perspective, like ticket sales and event management as well.
The SMAC is known to house many other amenities that students use here on a daily basis, including the gym, the university store, and even our various organization offices.
Okay, I'm the president of the Black Student Union on Millersville campus. I'm also the executive board member for NAACP, and I'm also a student senator for Student Government Association. What it means to me is pretty much, it means unity. When I first came here, I was looking for a place to call home, like away from home. And that's one of the main reasons why I joined BSU was because I wanted to have some form of like a community, and that's what I get from like the SMAC. I get like a sense of community, like we're all kind of here to support one another because we kind of relate. We know what each other are going through. We have similar experiences. So when I look up the SMAC, I think of like just having like a unity, a community.
It's always been. I mean, I have 20 years here at Millersville as full-time professional, and I also have 4 years as a student. So I have a perspective of the Student Memorial Center before the 2005 renovation. It's always been the hub of activity for students. It's a place to get away from their dorm rooms, from their classes, and it's their space. It was originally designed as their space, and through the renovations we continued with that philosophy to try to give the student a living room away from their normal activities at the university.
I think the reaction of students has been quite positive to what's been done in the building. We added all of the amenities that are in this building now. The various new offices, renovation to the food service area, a dramatic expansion to the fitness center, including the walking, running track, the 3 basketball courts, the much larger and I would say state-of-the-art fitness facility.
It has a very good location on campus compared to some of the other. When we went through the renovation process, we visited a number of our sister schools and their student unions to get ideas from them and best practices and do's and don'ts as far as design. But one of the things that stands out about our student union is how close it is to the residence halls, the dining. It sort of separates itself from the academic core and gives students that hiatus away from those areas. Beyond that, I think the renovation we did in 2005 to 2009, I believe that renovation really went a long way towards providing amenities that students look for today. We greatly expanded the fitness center, the food service, much more soft seating and places for students to hang out and just sort of lounge around.
I utilize the galley because I love food. It's the best. I also utilize this BSU office. Being president, I spend most of my time here just planning out the semester, making sure things are like ran smoothly, the board understands what's going on, so just perform like the daily tasks of just being president. I also utilize the computer lab. That's where I get most of my homework done. If I'm not using my own personal laptop, I use a computer lab just to do research and get papers out the way. So I would just say use the Cecil Circle, the Galley, and the computer lab.
He has an atrium. He had a very long and distinguished career with student services at Millersville University for 40 plus years. He's seen it all. He was involved in 2 large renovations. He was involved in the purchase of property behind the Student Memorial Center for apartments. So in 40 years, he's done a lot for student services and for the university.
Well, I was CEO of Student Services, Inc. and Student Lodging, Inc. for 37 years. And the original SMAC was here when I got here, hard as that may be to believe. It was a relatively modest building. And it served as a gathering place for students back in the day, so to speak. There were no cell phones. People didn't have a telephone at their beck and call. Television sets were at a premium. So you had meeting rooms here for the organizations to get together, which I'm sure that still takes place now. But it was a place for people to be seen, meet other people, and generally hang out and gather. When we got into designing the building, there was an architectural firm hired from Pittsburgh who were doing a nice job, but in conjunction with us and the input we had, I kind of drew out the front of the building on a napkin along with Mr. Beers and Mr. SMC. And we incorporated the clock tower in, which originally represented Old Main. There was a desire to tie the old in with the new. Old Main was a residence hall that was located near, or very, actually a lot of it would be on the site of the current library. So we drew that in, and it enabled us to improve the appearance of the building. You'd be able to see it as you drove down South George Street. So when I retired after 37 years here at Millersville, 37 great years here at Millersville, I should say, they were kind enough to name the atrium and clock tower after me.
I feel like Millersville will kind of like lose a part of its like core, like I guess like a part of its heart. I feel like the heart, that the Cecil represents the heart of Millersville. Like everyone, not the Cecil, but everyone comes to like the SMAC. You have, you know, the ticket booth, the banking center, the computer lab, the multicultural organizations. Our offices are located in here. You have the gym. So it's pretty much like the central spot for everybody to come and kind of like be around one another and come to people's events and just get important information that you need. You have the info desk. That's like the most important thing in the SMAC. So I feel like without having the SMAC at Millersville, it would kind of just lose its, I guess, core values and like, I guess more so like the heart of Millersville, because like where are we supposed to go if we don't have the SMAC?